It is now 17 days left for the much-anticipated 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections that will see Uganda citizens choose their representatives in the 10th Parliament and the prolific leader to propel the country to another level for the next 5 years. However, an alarming 80% of Ugandans are still not aware of the voting day, hence indicating that the largest portion of Ugandan citizens will not participate in this electoral process. The Citizens Election Observers Network, CEON-U, has to this effect released its third pre-election observation report, showing the lack of inter-party liaison committees, district election security committees, and defacement of posters, among others. The network's chairperson, Dr. Livingstone Ssewanyana, notes with concern the alarming levels of hate speech aimed at instigating violence amongst the naive voters, a worrying trend that needs quick redress.
Beyond these findings, we have also noted increasingly incidents of hate speech and irresponsible acts being perpetrated by senior officials of some parties. For example, if it is true that the Secretary General of the NRM, Madame Kasule Lumumba, is quoted to have said that protesters would be shot, that actually is irresponsible and is an abuse of the constitutional process that we are pursuing. We need to remind those involved in this exercise that it is state responsibility to protect people and their property.
Dr. Ssewanyana is also concerned with increased cases of defacement of posters in various regions in Uganda, a trend that might culminate into violence between the perpetrators and the victims.
We have also noted that in some cases, and in districts like Bukedi, in places like Kasese, and places like Chigezi, we have witnessed very many incidents of posters being defaced, either of candidates for FDC, NRM, or go forward. And we want to urge those who are involved to know that actually it is an offense for anyone to deface a candidate's poster. It can attract a criminal liability. And we are urging people out there, those who are overzealous, to avoid defacing posters because it's criminal.
According to the report, NRM posters were the most defaced between 9 to 21%, followed by the JPAM's Go Forward camp at 26% and Besige's FDC at 21%. Meanwhile, the same report, whose research was carried out between early November and mid-January, shows that the media made the highest contribution to voter education by 70% compared to the 31% of the Electoral Commission. Charity Ahimbisiwa, communications specialist with the Citizens Election Observers Network, believes the electoral body has not done enough.
Our LTO data shows that 23% of our observers in constituencies can tell you that 52 constituencies in Uganda know nothing. They've seen no poster. They don't know they are voting on 18th, which means those voters will not show up at polling stations. It is absolutely absurd. Electoral Commission should have done a better job, and we are urging them that even in these remaining 17 days, let them try to cover more space than they have covered right now. Because Ugandans, it's their right to vote. It is their right to choose a leader. But if they don't know about who is standing, some of them don't even know the presidential candidates. That's what the data has shown.
NRM presidential posters were the most prevalent, ranging from 51 to 96%. JPAM's Go Forward camp between 32 to 90%, Besige's FDC party at 30 to 87%, and independents between 90 to 38%. In politics, even a second is time enough to change results. For the 80% of Ugandans having no information about the electoral process, specifically the 18th of this month, 17 days is a full year for the Electoral Commission to do the needful and cause impact. Jocelyn Achibule, WBS TV, Nsambia.